I'll use tweezers sometimes. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. And it just, oh, it just feels like, it doesn't even feel like the same controller now. That's my hot tip. I thought I'd get away with it because I've already played, but... yeah, same thing. Like if I apply like moisturizer, I have to then go clean like my hands and my controller with like washing up liquid or whatever. Yeah, that's the only thing I like washing my hands with. I don't like using soap or whatever. I always use like lotion, fairy liquid or like washing up liquid or whatever. I was a little bit unlucky. That just happens though. Not much you can do about that. That's literally just a roll of the dice. I like to touch this wall here when I'm doing this dash. Just makes this dash easier. Then you can dash through this guard here like this. Not like that, but you can actually dash through that guard. This is bad. We're escaped so far. But we lost like 2 seconds already. See, obviously you know that you're looking for a key in a map. So there's a key in a map in here. So in Cas Boots, key map, if you don't see them, then by the time you get to like Sanctuary, you don't need to check the chest because it's going to be the key of the map. There is no big key because the big key's on Ball and Chain Guard. So that's basically the 2 items that you're looking for. I've got the small key and I've got the map already, so I know that the rest of the items are items that I need to get. Does that make sense? That's so unlucky, dudes. So there's always 6 items in Escape that you're looking for. Keep doing that dash too late. I'm not sure what pace this is, but... Always go right out this door, so right then dash turn left. Like that. It avoids the rat RNG. Oh, so it's slow. 5 flat. It's not terrible. A little disappointing. Do my map check right away. I use CPP. I shout it out loud when I do my map checks. Like this. CPP! CPP. I'm not going to mark it yet. In my head, CPP. The reason I'm doing CPP is I read it Armos Desert. So it's CPP like that. That's how I read it. So I read Eastern Desert, Hera, and then I mark it 1, 2, 3 like that. That's because my tracker's like that. And I think most trackers are the same. So I always shout it out loud, and I continue to shout it out loud. Until it's physically marked off. You got it. I always lumbercheck, yes. In casual boots, yes. I'm going to take this heart piece. Because why not? It's free. I'm checking the next tree pool. I'm going to grab this magic because I would like some magic. The only difference is you have to remember, I use G for green pendant and R for red pendant. So like if it's red pendant, I use R. So it would be like RPP, for example. Would be red crystal. And then pendant. Yeah, stick with P for now. The only one you need to do is whatever. But make sure you just know it's green pendant or if it's red crystal, because that's important. So... But C and P works good for now. So right now I found powder, I found a bottle, I found the master sword. So basically the lamp puts Aga in logic. But yes, lumberjack, I always check. It's a quick check. I'm going to the forest, like it's a clearable situation. I have boots. If it's open mode, I might not check it because it's a lot worse. But yeah, definitely in boots modes, I'm going for the clear. Because if it's there, I know I'm going to rush Aga. Like, if I get the lamp right here, and there's an item there, I'm literally going straight there. Like, I'm not touching anything else in the game. Like, if I play my Pearl or Lumberjack, I'm just beelining it there instantly. Nice little trick here if you want to grab this. It's quite fast. A dash into a quick hop. Make sure you slide along here. I see people turning Link. You don't want to turn Link. You want to slide Link along. You can slash those chickens out of the way so you got a nice clean dash there. Art piece. You want to walk in, dash, and then you can also do E... like this, so walk then dash. You can also key dash like that on this there. So nothing yet. I'm keeping an eye on my money. I have like no money right now. I'm really poor. Because I like to rush the flippers, but I don't want to rush if I have no money. Because I don't want to orphan Zora this early. Flute. So we're definitely going to go activate that right now. Go check this. Hope it's not an item. It's a red coin, so we can get rid of that. Now we can go check this. Hand it in. gonna bonk there. So with this, I'm probably just gonna rush Damagina, see if I can find some money. That's another reason I like to play like Damagina. There's a left, right. See that quick swap tech that I did there? If you activate the flute and you want to flute away right away, push left, right. Do a quick swap away and back to the flute, you can instantly flute. It's a little tidbit there. Well, standard is a mode to use as well. I forgot about that actually. Remark this off. Oh, that's terrible. Don't ever do that. I'm gonna check this item. Make sure you're flush against that wall if you're dashing along there. Again, I'm just kind of hoping for money here. There's a chance that I might rush Saha. I'm not sure yet. What's up, Timon? So we'll see what this gives us here. Red Boomerang. I have flute, so it's not the end of the world. There's only one check on the mountain, so I'm definitely not thinking about the mountain right now. I'm thinking that I might have to go to Eastern Palace, so I am going to check. I probably shouldn't have gone to 8 there. That's fine. It's actually not too much of a time difference here. Because I'm trying to think, like, what's in logic here. Garbage. Oh, I thought that was... Did I poke him there? I tried to... I thought that would have killed him, and then I was going to try and insta go back. So nothing there. Lab, okay, that puts Aga in logic. So it's most likely going to be an Aga Seed. So my kind of mantra that I like to follow about Aga Seeds is I'm not going to Aga unless I'm last locating the pearl. So if I have the pearl, I'm more likely to do Aghanim. I'm going to do kind of an interesting route here. I'm going to orphan Zora for now. Just because I don't have the money for it, so I'm gonna basically orphan it on purpose. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Now that puts it into logic, so now I'm not going to orphan it. I'm gonna go check that. The reason that I was going to go and do some out of logic flippers checks, but because I picked up the glove, that now puts Zora in logic, like the flippers checks or the whatever. So I don't want to orphan that chick anymore. But what I was going to do is do a water walk. I was going to go check Zora, the ledge, and then work my way back into Hobo. But it is looking more increasingly like a Aga Seed here. I'm gonna go check the mountain, and then I'm probably gonna go into Pod or Eastern Palace after this. Again, I'm still 2 from go here, so I'm not getting excited to go do Aga yet. If I find, say, something like the Pearl, I'm definitely more inclined to go to Aga, but right now, like, Aga's not gonna get me anywhere. Because I don't have the Moon Pearl, so if the Moon Pearl's not on the ledge, then I've just wasted Aga for no reason. So... that's gonna block me, isn't it? That's such bullshit, dudes. The heart piece up here. Again. Perfect, thank you. So here, not liking my options here. I'm gonna go to Eastern because I don't have any money. I'm thinking about money here, so I'm thinking how far away am I from 500? There is 90 in Eastern that I might actually go grab in this situation. 90 is going to take me to 280. And then that leaves me, what do you call it? That leaves me a Houlihan away from 500. So there's 90 in a room in here in Eastern Palace. So this gives me exactly enough for flippers. Or flippers check, sorry, the Zoro check. There's also money here. There's obviously a good chance that it could be on Zora. Again, the reason I'm not going to Ag is because I don't have the Pearl. And I'm also Dark World -2. So I'm no interest in going to the Dark World until I'm Dark World -1. You also have to remember what's in Logic too. Lamp puts the far side on Logic. I'm expecting to find a hammer or mitts in here. Did I find the big key? I can't remember. I've got the big key, okay. So I don't have the bowl, so I'm gonna go grab this in here. So I'm thinking about that logical check. Go -2. It's either going to be here or progression is going to be on the ledge or something daft like that. Moon Pearl on ledge. Okay, so it's not here. So now I'm thinking flippers. Actually, that's not where I want to go. See if I can remember this. Actually, I was doing the wrong trick there for a second. Let me get this check out of the way. It's either going to be an item on Zora, or it's going to be a pearl on the ledge. Like, that's the only two things it could be. Dude. Hello? Actually, I just fucked this up. Actually, I can't check this because I don't have the moon pearl. It's fine though. I should have floated back there, but that's fine. Red mail. Lovely. So pearl must be on the ledge then. A little bit sad about that mistake there. Should have water walked. So pretty much this seed is like an anti-bitey seed. Because there's just no way that I'm ever not last locating this pearl. Because I know I mentioned earlier like about hard set rules and not having them, but this is probably one of the only hard set rules that I have that I always follow no matter what. I will never go to the ledge, go -2 without a pearl. Or, oh, sorry, Dark World -2. It's just never happening no matter what. So I'm pretty much going to last locate this every single time in a seed like this. Dude, I am playing rough here. As far as my logic goes, it can only be like a book or like a mirror or like a pearl or something daft like that. I'm thinking most likely a pearl, but... So if I was playing like a race, for instance, against someone, I know that I'm probably going to be behind. I reckon I'm probably like 3 minutes behind here, or maybe not that much, maybe a couple of minutes, maybe a minute or so. I made a little bit of a mistake with going to the wrong save location, and I didn't do the water walk, which I was a little bit sad about, as I screwed up. I forgot that you needed to pearl to water walk, or to fake flipper. So a couple of minor mistakes there. But I think that most people are going to be last locating this. I don't think... At least that's what I think anyways. I don't think it makes sense to rush Aga in this situation. Because, like, if, say, Pod Eastern has, like, your goal, or say, like, you go to eat, like, Aga and it's fucking... Yeah, exactly. If you're going to Aga, dark -2, like you're a fucking lunatic, and your balls are the size of elephants, and I would shake your hand. Wait, what's... That's not right. It's green. What's it gonna be? Pearl? Pearl? Glove. Wow. Oh, that's fucking disgusting, dudes. Truly. That's... It's Pearl. Is this Pearl gonna be here? Oh my fucking life, dude. Mountain. Interesting. Don't ask me why I'm doing this way. I don't have a good answer for you. I'm thinking Pearl might be here. And then I can just chain them both together, but... That was a bit of a time loss. I really actually just straight up lost time there. Doesn't really matter too much, but definitely not optimal. Don't ever do what I just did. Just do this and bunny hop across, or bomb jump across. I can't remember if you can get out in the bottom. So in these situations when I don't have the hammer, I have a very specific thing that I like to do. Can you get out here? I hope you can. I've never actually gone out here with a mirror. Okay, you can. So I'm gonna go check, obviously. It's garbage. My A button is not working properly. I'm actually thinking of sequence breaking. I think I can make it. But I can make it. So I'm going to go sequence. Actually, I don't have the hammer, so never mind. I'm not going to do that. So because of the Dark World access that I have, I'm going to be playing it a very specific way. I'm going to try and clear everything in one go. Not sure why I went to here, but... So I am going to do... In fact, the first thing I'm going to go check is... Mire. Because I might actually be able to... do Mire. So it's a left to righty one. Always like getting Mire knowledge early. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to be checking Skull Woods in this situation because my Dark World access is either Aghanim or it's the Warp and Cack. So because I've only got those two situations available to me, I want to clear all of this in one go as efficiently as possible. So that's the reason I'm going to do it this time. So I'm going to be doing Skull Woods into checking the ledge. And then I'm going to go back into Vu, clear all Vu all the way down to Hype Cave and clear it all in one section. Ah, fucking unbelievable, dude. One item. Do you know the chances of getting screwed here, by the way? If you go in and get that item, it's only a 3% chance that you get screwed dropping down here. Plus, I do have the flute, so it's not too bad getting back here. So I'm going to take the chance. Did not do that right. Shit. That's very bad. Dude, what is happening? My execution is absolute dog shit right now. I feel like I need to like do an NMG run or something. It's been embarrassing. I'll go check this bumper cave item. I always pre-mark this because either I'm gonna get the item or I'm gonna not peek it and come back, so I always pre-mark this one. Don't have the hammer, so I'm gonna go clear the view. I was talking about this earlier, actually. I always like to clear a little bit in case I grab the hammer, so... I'm gonna clear that. I'm gonna check Bombable Hut. That's a good route to learn, by the way, is that into Bombable Hut. You'll use that quite a bit. Nothing here yet. There is Gray's Lunchbox and take the frog home. I'm not going to check those, so now we're going to go do Thieves Without the Hammer. Some Mad Orphans. There's Mirror. So Mirror, so I'm basically... How you doing, Jasper? So basically with Mirror, I'm thinking Smith Chain now is instantly what comes to mind for me. I'm also just checking my bottles right now just to make sure that I have things to space. So I'm thinking, obviously we've had Hera, that's not really exciting me right now. Graveyard Ledge has opened up. But basically my main thought now is Smith Chain into Hype Cave and do all that in one go. Because that's kind of like always what my plan is. We've basically orphaned the Graveyard Ledge now. I've still got the Pyramid Fairy to get, or the Waterfall Fairy to get, so... Nice fairy, let's go. Light to the Past is going pretty good. Can't complain. Obviously, we're praying to not have... I did not know. So yeah, definitely... Smith Chain is exciting me. I'm going to try and clear everything in one fell swoop like I always do. I don't know what Nintendo Direct is actually, I'll be honest. So we got a little bit lucky with Thieves down here. Sometimes you gotta spin the dice. Do you understand what I mean by like the one fell swoop route, Roos? I call it like the Mitch clearing route. That's what I call it. Dude, I cannot play today. It's not about it's not trying to skip anything. It's more that because of my Dark World access is either Aga or there. So every time I need to come back here, I have to go back to the light world, I have to flute, and then I have to, like, you have to think this is an Aga seed. So every time that you save and quit in, like, the dark world, for instance, you have to then mirror to the light world, save and quit, and then come here and then go back to the dark world. Like, every single time that you do that, right? So every single time you have to come back and check something, you have to do that whole process again because it's an Aga seed. With a mirror, that is. Now that I have the mirror, if that makes sense. Nice dig. So I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. By trying to clear this entire section of the map in the very first time that I'm here, if that makes sense. You have powder, so... Do you know you can take the purple chest down to powder with you? I have to make a decision here. If I do that, it's gonna spit me out in the light world. I don't think it's viable in this situation because I'm gonna lose my portal. So I'm gonna orphan that check for now. And take this route here. I should be using tech, but I'm not because I'm too busy looking at my map. Should be showing you all the cool stuff. I know, I'm just going slow. For literally no reason. I do believe I'm going here anyways. Yeah, we're gonna go here and then go Hype Cave. I had to orphan either purple chest or powder. So I decided powder because it's quicker to get back to. Really hoping to find something soon, otherwise... I'll be going to some crappy checks. There she is. I don't know if I want to do this actually. Change my mind. I'm gonna go check a couple of things first. Kind of in two minds with what I want to do here. I'm gonna go back and do hammer peg into this. So kind of in two minds with what I want to do here. But I'm gonna go check Graveyard Ledge. I'm gonna do kind of an overclear here. No, actually I'm not. Changed my mind. Because I've still got the waterfall to do. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one. I hate these situations. Pod's bullocked. Uh... Basically hard avoiding this like the plague. I'm gonna go check desert. We're getting into shitty checks now anyways. I could rush pod, but I'm not feeling that right now. I don't think I've particularly played this one very well. Hmm. Literally the worst ever. I think I'm going to be last locating pod at the moment, which is... I don't know how to feel about that. Rando be rando, I guess. Okay, well that's interesting. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but... Okay, I'm gonna do a very dodgy play. I'm basically avoiding pod like the plague now. That's kind of my decision here. So I'm going to clear everything else that's not pod. I'm actually going to rush TR here. Actually going to grab this. I should have used my lamp, but that's fine. So my thinking here is basically that I'm actually gonna I'm gonna check this actually. Just because it's in logic. Chad's gonna put me on the block. That's why I hate fucking Cas Seed to do that all the time. I mean, I've basically submitted to the fact that if it's in pod, I'm losing. I'm gonna check Hera, then pod. You asshole. This is kind of how I play sometimes. I just don't like the pod play. I like being safe. I'm not checking the basement, so... Because the key's in the basement. Here's an item. Be the bull. Oh boy. To turn this into a 2-hour seed here. The only reason I'm playing like this is because I think that I'm behind based on how the seeders went so far. And based on the decisions I've made, so that's kind of like... This is how I'd play in a race situation. But I wouldn't make this play on a group race, so to speak. If that makes sense. If it was a group race, I'd probably go into pod first. Clear overworld and then come here. But because it's like sort of a 1v1's kind of how I'm practicing right now, this is how I'm going to play it. Down the left side, by the way, here. Okay, there is an interesting item. So I'm definitely going to be chasing that. So that mushroom is going to... I'm going to do Graveyard Ledge into... Get my way, dude. I'm thinking like... I think the best way to do this, actually. I think Graveyard Ledge into Kern Jump. Actually, no, that's going to be slow. I think here. I still got Waterfall Fairy to do. I can... Fig Flipper there, yeah. It's... Oh, this is a toughie for me. I think I'm going to do... Great Catfish into Waterfall Fairy. Kind of splash delete it. That is if I don't find my progression here. I do that into Graveyard Ledge. Then last locate pod basically. Hera Basement is now dead to me. Charge not bad. They saved me there, to be honest. We're kind of hoping for an item on Laser Bridge here. Could still be Mushroom as well. I'm gonna stay in the Dark World here. That's bad. Dude, fuck's sake. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna wet to the Dark World and go chase Mushroom. Hello? Dude, what is happening here? This is where we pray. Oh, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna check that while I'm here. No hope for progression here. That means the TR dip was required, which is good, so that was a good play then. I still want to get too hasty here. I'm already here, may as well check the catfish. And do a splash delete here. Then go back and check. I've done this for a while. First time boom strat, let's go. No hard pieces. So, because I've made that play, I'm hoping there's nothing in pod this progression. I am just going to go check Graveyard Lights, just because if it's there, in this situation, I think it's... I don't want to lose the race because I didn't check it. So I'm just going to bounce across, because I can't think of any other better time to go check it than now. And I think that the play that I've made is a good play. It could still be a bad play if my progression is just in pod, but the depth is required. So I'm just going to bounce over here, check it. It gets that check out the way. This is a cool way to do this, by the way, if you're wondering. Hard piece, okay, that gets that out of the way. Alright, so now we're still hard avoiding pod. I'm thinking pod is going to be bull-locked and the bow is going to be in mire. It's what I think. I could be wrong, but that is what I think. Because logically it's bull-locked, pod. So, with a logically bull-locked pod, if first key item is not a key, then there's no items can logically be in there. Which only leaves me Hera Basement and Mire. Oh, that's kind of crappy. So my guess is the bow or the flippers is in here. I'm not sure which one, but that's my guess. Godmire too. If it's not in here, I'll be... It's not a waste, but... I really hope that the progression is not in pod, because if the progression's in pod, then the dip is still required, but this specific route doesn't become as good as it was. If that makes sense, because you had to go to pod anyways. But if this leads you into pod, then it's different. That means this route was a good route. So that's why I always like having potions. Half magic. Yep. Don't like that. Yeah. The hovermire. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Fuck's sake, dudes. Super Edge. I really hope progression is here. I really hope it's here. I really hope this is the bow. The bow or the flippers. I really am hoping for that to be basically those two items. If it's the ice rod, I'll freak, dude. I really hope it's not the ice rod. That would make me bulk. I think whatever this is, I'm following it though. It could still be... Of course you did. It could still be Hera Basement. It better not be Hera Basement. This is kind of a situation where the logic sent me somewhere. Like, this is kind of where I broke some, you know, like, talking about hard set rules that I have. I'm actually a big pod rusher. I like the pod rush play, but for some reason it just didn't feel right in this seed. And that's just because the logic kind of led me into TR. It could just as easily be in pod, but just the way that things opened up for me kind of made sense. What about a bow? That's right. I've never had a bow. A no bow. What if the bow was here? Shit. That's trash, dudes. That's fucking unbelievable, dude. Oh, that is so shitty. That's fucking shit. I hate that, man. That makes me so sad. It basically makes the play I did great turn just to total garbage now. It's still required, but just means the progression's here the whole time. Although, in thinking that, I don't know, I guess it depends what the how the seed pans out though. If this is Bolot, then it's not here, it's in Hera Basement. Probably, do I clear pod or not? That's the question. If it's... I mean, I'm here now, so I may as well, but... I don't expect this to be bow locked, but there's a chance it could be, and it's just in Hera Basement this whole time. Oh, fucking hell, dudes. That is absolutely just atrocious. I don't know what to say about that. I guess there's a block there. So the reason I'm coming over this side is because I don't have the big key yet. I don't like going to the back without the big key. Because if it's the big keys here, you're fucked. Oh, 4 keys? It must be here. Like that, for instance. If somebody rushes the back, you're fucked. Dude, fuck. Hell. That's disgusting. This logic is making me balk. Oh, this is... We have bloody ice rod hunt now. I'm not paying attention. Whatever. This is a key in here. Whatever, we'll go this way. I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about the dumb logic. Fuck off, dude. There is one saving grace for me. And that's if I find the ice rod early. Yeah. I mean... The TR dip is forced, but the TR double dip is not. So I get kind of fucked there. Like hardcore fucked there. I've been here already. Not concentrating. Oh, this seed makes me so sad. The TR dips now cost me like... It's the double dip that cost the time, eh? Like... That's okay though. I thought the play was gonna work out. I basically played an anti-pod. And pod was the answer, so... I'm gonna lose big time when you play like that. That's how I play though, like... I either play to win, or I play to lose by 20 minutes. I just don't care. That's just like how random goes. If there wasn't a chance it would be bow lot, it'd be a different situation. Like if it was bow and not hammer, I'd be more inclined to go in and check. But not the other way around. Someone else ran this seed today. I'm curious to see what they did as well. Should open that chest first, to be honest. Arrows are there, really important to know that. Gotta think about GT now. I'm quite low on arrows. These are all the situations I hate. Is it, you know, do I do red bomb? Probably doing red bomb. I've got ag open, so... Dude, why the fuck can I not do this anymore? I need to change my fucking controller. I need to change my rubbers. It's 2 items, fuck it. Hello? I'm going to last locate this thing. Okay, so now the play does make sense again. Okay, so now that actually makes the route that I did a very good route again. Because if the ice rod was on the way in the crystal dungeons, because that's where most people are going, then it becomes a bad route because you can pick up the ice rod and single dip TR. But I don't think there's many players who are rushing ice before TR. Which means that when I rested at the start, and if you did as well, then it actually was a good play. That makes sense? The only way that you beat this route is if you rush ice before TR dipping it. Other than that, going to TR first, it doesn't really get you to go mode sooner because of the progression, but I think it's kind of an all roads lead to Rome kind of seed. Early TR doesn't seem like a bad play now. If the Ice Rod had been in, say, Easter or Pod, for example, then it becomes a shit-ass play. Because then that basically negates your double dip. Now I'm pretty sure that it's most people are double dipping this. It's all the other stuff that I'm curious about. I like clearing my overworld checks before dungeons, so I tend to lose a lot of races, or when I lose races it's because, you know, I checked Graveyard Ledge and Catfish and someone didn't. Like, a lot of those sort of times. Which is kind of funny because, like, I hear people say, you know, oh, you know, I got mega screwed by Catfish. And I'm like, well, you fucking skip it every fucking seed. So what do you expect? Like, the 5% chance that it can be there, it's there, and you're upset about it now? Whereas the other 10 times that you skipped it, you're obviously not moaning about it. Always make sure you're picking your pots up on the way. So, like, I've been tracking my arrows for the last 3 dungeons. I know exactly which pots I'm getting. I picked up the 5 in pod because I needed them. And this is getting my other 5 to take me to 20 because I'm thinking of Ice Armos at this point. So I'm grabbing these arrows here. Never let that get out your head. You can lose a race in GT because you run out of arrows. It sucks. It happens to a lot of people. That's like one of my biggest tips. Don't ever think Go mode is Go mode. Because you need 18 plus. You need 18 plus 8. If you want to do Ice Armos. Plus have enough arrows to get through Mimic. So you actually need 26 arrows. There's the 5. There's 5 in... There's actually 10 in GT you can grab. There's a warp 5, which is when you that warp screen where you bonk across it. There's 5 in that pot there if you go through the warp. There's also another 5 in the top right pot in the bombable room as well. So there is 10 in GT you can get if you need it. Dude, I got if... Okay, I'm changing my rubbers after this. I'm taking my controller apart. I cannot do item dashes to save my life right now. What do you mean 15? No, this isn't NMG. This is rando. As far as I'm aware, anyways. Where's the other 5? There's a bunch more you can get in NMG. One in the big room after with the invisible walk. Oh yeah, there's no fucking shot I'm going in there though. If it's the room I'm thinking of. Oh, okay, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Okay, there's 15 then, my bad. Yeah, no, you're right. "50 digs? No." Yeah, I'm always watching my arrows at all times. I learned that lesson the hard way. Yeah, I get to skip a key again. So if you're ever in a situation and you do this route, you can actually skip the key here. You should learn this trick as well, by the way, if you can, Roos. So fast. Also, in this room here, you can do this nice dash as well. Like this. Or dash through and you grab this chest like that. Yeah, it sucks when you lose like that, right? Hammering's hard. Rip spike skip. God, I haven't had a seed over 140 in Cas Bits for a while. So I will check these chests. Should learn this strat, by the way. Roos. Fuck off, dude. This is the strat I was telling you about as well, Roos. Not this one here, but this next room here, G1. Pay attention to these gauntlets here. This is consistent all the time. Go 1, 2, 3, and go. Slash, slash, fire. Slash, dash. Don't always have to do that, but... This one here is a fire, fire, dash. Move left, fire rod. Can do a bit of fun for you here as well. Save some arrows. Oh, I tried. Give you guys a show. Not enough to make it through. Good chance. Don't usually check, but I'm going to check today just for shits and giggles. A good chance that they're going to be here. Jeez, this is going to be like a longest suit I've ever done. Fucking syncs off like... I can't even hit him, for fuck's sake. This is bullshit, dude. I literally couldn't hit him because he was so off of sync there. Jesus Christ. It's closing in on 2 hours right away. That was an adventure. Thank you so much for the GGs. Oh, that was a beauty. Put it down on, oh, maybe my longest casual boots seed that I've... In fact, I think it is. I think that's the longest one I've had ever on Fast Roam for sure. My next slowest one is one. Actually, no, I've got one that's 152. It was a paid seed. Other than that, I've only ever had another 140. I've only ever had this. The next slowest time after that is a 140. That's the GD's, boy. What did you guys get? So I pulled ped before going to pod. Oh, rough banana. It's not a bad play either. 140... 146.56. What did Lich get? 153. I think everyone's getting... What did Spaces get, I wonder? Spaces put this in... With Big Phil, yeah. I think everyone's having shit seeds here. Go mode on flippers? Yeah, 187. That's fucking high. Like, go mode on flippers. I did ice before TR and then just committed to ped. God, this seed is so interesting. If anyone, there's big brain material on, or not big brain, but dumb. Big elephant bulb plays that could get you a really fast seed here. So many, yeah, so many ways to fuck it up in one golden path to the finish. This is not really a... It's not really a great seed for reviewing, to be honest. Like, what do you review on this? It's a fucking shan banana route. Oh yeah. I can't think that anyone is making that play. Like, You give this seed to like 20 people, I think no one is making that play. I just don't see it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's everything in this seed is just wrong. Like Dark World -2, having to rush Aga for whatever it was on, what was it, looking mitts into um Tombstone into fucking right side mountain. Like it just, yeah, it's silly stuff. And then some GoldenEye music while we're chatting here. I really don't have much to say about that. Really, that's a I guess that's kind of a stinky seed to review, really. I've done that before. Yeah, like I avoided the chain of TR mushroom. Oh, Quake. I can't believe you beat Ice Palace early. That's a pretty ballsy play. I was also never in pod mod. Oh, so your pod was your go mode? I figured. Ah, that's so bizarre. I'm gonna have a quick peek at your rod here. I these things was disgusting. Just a quick peek here. Did you do the Houlihan into... I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm curious if you guys went for that check or not. I made some really slow plays that never worked out. Yeah, that Eastern is really nice to know about, especially in that situation. I wouldn't be skipping money there, Lech. At 140, especially in this seat. You pay for it later. Pick up all the money you can get at the start. That's my advice. Like those pots have 5s, it's 15. Like all of these coins matter. Nice flute. Late 20. You've lost like 30 seconds, Lech. A flute in library to go to race game. I think so, Zol. I do. You're already there. Like, why not? Like, there's no screen transitions. So if you go up and then back down again, you're adding a screen transition for a start. You're going all the way up to the flute and all the way back down to the race game again. And certainly put it to the test as well. Oh, I made this mistake here. I was so sad. This is what I meant to do, but I completely fucked it up. Without Moon Pearl, I would have gone. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say. I was going to do an orphan for Zora, but I actually changed my mind. Wow, I could play at 15? Holy crap. Okay, this is, although it turned out to be the right play, I don't like it. Leach. I really do not like this play. Like, Dark Orb -2 with Agina and Flippers and Pod stuff in Logic, and yeah, it's not a good idea. That's why I'm saying Leach. It's a pretty ballsy play. Because you're basically hoping for progression here or Pearl, which in this situation it is correct. You made the right play, but if your Dark Lord is not here, you just lose, straight up lose like 4 or 5 minutes. Like, this will win or lose you the race. It's ballsy though, but I just don't like it. Just gonna put Discord over here so I can make some notes. Hulahan. You don't need to do 4 jumps there, by the way. I don't know why everyone does 4 jumps there. You only need to do 3. Yeah, see, this sucks balls. It's not terrible, though. 2 trips. Well, I wouldn't be. Probably actually it was the same amount of time as what it took me to get Easter. Maybe I probably saved a little bit of time on you. Nah, I would have definitely saved time. 2 trips plus a flute there is pretty bad. Oh no! Oh, are we doing that? I see. You know, you can also water walk out of the MMC, by the way. Did you know that? I thought you'd forgotten Ice Rod for a second there. Same spot, yeah. So now you're farming pod money. I banked in it not being pod. Yeah. You want to tank that top barrier first, by the way. Because you've got your sword held out already, so tank the top barrier first, drop your sword, and then do your down spin. Just a little bit faster. As far as I'm aware, anyways. Might not be, actually, now I think about it. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to think. It should be, because you don't have to drop your sword and then re-slash. It's been so long since I've done that strat for a long time. You're talking like frames here, though. It's not going to make a difference. That was definitely not worth it. Oh no! Oh, I did that on purpose? Oh. Yeah, that's kind of wondering. You don't need to get that key, by the way. If you get that chest, you can't get fucked, by the way. So you don't need to go get that key. On the far left. Not much to say about Agatar, so I haven't been watching what you're doing here. It's Aga. Nothing exciting there. Dude, did you just do 6 dashes? A lot of Lich is just losing from execution, to be honest. Just like, you know, like probably lost 2 seconds on that screen. From just the wrong dash lines. Like really early cancel there. No dash there. Very bad that like just stuff like this, like execution needs a lot of work. That there, for example. Another one. So it's like every single screen, every, you know, every second or third screen there's a mistake. That's going to cost over the course of a run. There's the mural. A little tip for you with that, you can actually slash your sword to the right before you exit the door, and as you exit, you can just hold down left and do the same bomb jump. It's kind of a little bit faster than what you did there, and it's like you get a nice lineup consistently every time. You can try, see if it works for you. I've done that for ever since I've started. That way you're not going down and then going left and then not going down too far and all that stuff. Like just a straight down left into a right spin. I actually made a meal of these down. I actually have not played well today at all. My execution has been very, very poor. So I'm actually going to have to work a little bit at that. I might do some practice next session or whatever and work on some stuff. Yeah, some of my boss fights were awful today. Miss bomb there. Took shot into mountain. Where are you going now? Yeah, next time grab put a map up so I can see what you're doing. Hook shot, you want a spin speed there if you can, Leach. Curious where you're going after this, leaving that mirror there. Yeah, if you're gonna grab the chest, don't mirror before there. You want to mirror outside there. You just basically walked all that way for no reason. You basically mirrored, walked all the way down, walked all the way back up again. So just walk all the way to grab the rock and take the dwarf right to the door, mirror right outside the door. Ah, the lovely dig. Did you try and hook speed there by chance? Yeah, I've done that before. In fact, I did it in the first seed that I played in the open. I tried to do that. You can do that a lot better, Lich. You can lay that bomb early. Both of you are actually tag teaming here. That's crazy. That's your TR rush here? No. Dropping off, little dude. That Meyer screen can be a bit better, Lich. Can do a little bit better. Unnecessary jumps into the water there. If you use cardinals, it's easy to dodge. Forgot that I pretty much completed. Did you guys touch Desert and Hera? That's another thing I did that was probably slow as balls. I literally finished. I guess you pulled the ped, so you obviously did. I'm trying to work out what led you into the ped. I wish I could see your map. Oh, Ice Rod and Ice Palace. That's fair, yeah. Nice bomb jump. I'll be honest, these two seeds were not the friendliest. Oh no. So you have the hook shot there, so do you have the hook shot? If you do, you should use the hook shot there. Hookshot dash. Practice that little section there with the... There's a lot of hookshot dashing you can do. You can pretty much do it on every screen. Saves a lot of time. Like a lot of time. Nice try. If you're going to mirror block delete, you can go to the left side and you don't need to push that right block. Saves you pushing a block. Probably saves over a second. Never seen someone grab Odd there before, or Saha there before. Interesting place to mirror. I usually mirror from the top because you're going on that way anyways. Would be a little bit faster. You should learn the mirror spot from the top, I think. So here we're in pod rush. It's like the god right here. So 46, you're searching for flippers. Medallion, flippers, and ice rod. Team Never Ice Palace. Flippers in the back of here. Getting the ice rod is like the big caveat here. Someone can get the ice rod before TR. And they would just win the game because right here, ice TR Meyer, you win. How the hell do you make that play though? Where was the book in this seed? Did we ever find it? There's flips. Yeah, definitely don't need to pause there, Lech. You got about 500 years to quick swap to the hammer. Again. For so many pauses. Interesting route. It's funny. There is a slash timing you can use for that as well, which is really good. You just lay the bomb and you slash 4 times and then you pick it up and go. It's very consistent. For the current jump. Don't pick up that bush, pick up the pot. Or the stone or whatever. It just straight up loses time for no reason. It's not much, but there's just no need to do it. Ice Palace, sub-hour. Ballsy play. Ice Palace is always a good play though. I like Ice Palace. A little bit of unnecessary pot grabbing there. What were you trying to get out of those? There was nothing there that you needed. Full on hearts, like 8 bombs, 30 arrows, and 1200 rupees. The only thing I can think of is magic. There's no magic in those spots though, right? Or is there? I see, okay. Definitely need to work on this cold stare fight. Can't lie, it was. You just need to learn the fight. The start of the fight was you need to learn. Because that's not how you want to start that fight. If you're worried about some of the strats or missing the fire rod, I'll show you a strat that I do with it. I'll put it on my list. I'll get you a consistent setup for the start. I'll show you some low percent. I think you guys need to work on low percent stuff. Like when you have tempered and gold sword, you can make a meal of fights and it's not so bad. But in like situations where you have like master sword and you have a cold stare party, I mean you're losing a lot of time. I mean that had to be well over a minute there, flailing around. There's some really cool low percent fights, especially if you have like a hammer and a fire rod. There's some really cool strats that you can like stew hammers into like fire rods hits. There's like dupes strats as well that are really, really good to know. That are really handy for those situations as well. I think that these are the kind of like when you get sort of like I find that's kind of like the big gap in skill between the very, very good players and the good players is a lot of low percent stuff. Sometimes I'll win a race against someone who's very, very good. And the reason is because it was a fighter sword seed and they just couldn't do low percent strats as well as I could. And they just lost minutes on fights, right? On bosses and things like that. It happens quite a lot. I have a lot of experience with low percent stuff. I've been doing low percent stuff for as long as I've been playing this game, off and on, so my strats are usually up to speed. Like that room there, there's not bad, but could be a little bit faster. Because I look at you doing some rooms and I'm like, wow, like you've got great skill level in some rooms, and then the next room, I'm like, why are you doing that strat? Like you do extremely hard strats in some rooms, and then you do baby strats in the next one. Like, what were you trying to do here? Like, were you trying to powder there or what? Or like, what happened there? Yeah, that's fair. For sure. Trying to heal, yeah. Again, that just goes back to boss confidence. With that amount of hearts, you should be completely confident. If you learn backside Trinex, for instance, like once you learn backside Trinex, you can go in there with 3 hearts and you're never going to worry about it. Like, it's just not a fight you ever going to mess up. Very consistent. End of the day, you got to do what's safe for you as well, though. Like, don't just do it. Don't just willy nilly start doing it. Like, it's something you have to practice. I'm just basically basing it on what I'm seeing for your skill level and what you're doing in some places, and then I can tell what you can or you're able to do. You know, I would like to see you be a little bit more aggressive there, Lech. With about 700 hearts, you could have definitely been a little bit more aggressive with Moth there. Like I said, I'm pretty certain you're going to be in the golden brackets for sure. Because your random knowledge is very good, and your execution is very good as well, compared to like what a lot of people will be at in the tournament. Like I'm not a huge routing guy. I'm definitely not the guy you want to learn from for routing, that's for sure. But when it comes to execution. That's me. So I think at some point, maybe this weekend, we'll organize a time to sit down for 2 or 3 hours, and we'll go through a crash course on some of the stuff that I'd like to see you improve on, both of you. Like that room there lets you just lost an eternity when there's a much easier strat that probably would save, oh, I'm going to say 5 seconds in that one room. Like you want to get to the point where you're just not losing 5 seconds in a room anywhere in the game, really. In a basic room, you know? You want to get those big mistakes out of your game. Not bad. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it's consistent, there's other parts of your game I'd like to see you work on. If that makes sense. Like what, you're going to save 3 seconds there when you can save 90 in GT, right? You know? That's kind of why I like the priorities and the hierarchy of what to practice is so important. Because, like, you might be able to save like 2 seconds there when you've got some rooms where you're losing 7 to 8 seconds. You know? Like that Mimics room is probably 3 seconds slower. It might even be more than that. Like Mimics 1 in GT, that strat you're doing is like super slow. Like this Vidi here could be much better. Like there's just unnecessary movements that are just not helping you that you think is helping you. Everyone does it. Like everyone does this movement and it's just not necessary. Like they do it right and then they don't do it right. Like they come in, you do this, you don't need to go back in here. You just stay spin. Like you don't need to do this. You just need to hit the 4 eyes. And then the second one, you don't need to do like all of this like movement here like this. You just go and go. You never want to face right here. That's like a no-no with Vidi. It's like you never face right. You want to face down and go into it back corner like that. So things like that, it's just things that with a quick 10 minutes, I'll be able to fix that, no problem, for example. That's pretty ballsy, Skip. I think that Mimics is just... Yeah, it's a gamble. It's a gamble regardless. Like going back in and doing Meyer 2 again, and I don't know, like it just depends on like... I'm not much of a gambler like that. But the one thing that you do want to understand is what when Meyer key logic is. Do you understand the Meyer key logic rules? Well, it's kind of important to know like your Meyer logic. If you're gonna like, I'll put it in the Discord for you as that one. So that actually looks good and it's not. So that's your rules for Meyer. I'll put them in here as well so people can see, but it doesn't look good in this format. You really need to know these because it can help you dictate a lot of things in the seed. So by torches, I mean the chest after the torches. You light the four things and you go up and you grab it. That's what I mean by torches. So if you have a small key on the torches, for example, the big key has to be on cutscene chest. Like it just absolutely has to be. If there's an item on the torches, the cutscene cannot be a small key. If the big key is torches, the cutscene can be anything. So these are the three hard rules to know about Meyer, which will help you dictate plays and skips and things like that. Because I've often seen people, you know, oh, rough here. This needs a lot of work. Laser skip needs a lot of work. Which, because not only did that laser skip probably cost you 20 plus seconds. Because not only was it laser skip, you then had to powder the next room. So those two rooms together were probably 20 seconds easily in those two rooms alone. Like you gotta sort those out. Like those should be your hard fast rooms that you want to improve as fast as possible. So you're not losing that because that's just straight time loss. And with a little bit of practice, we can get that. That's just repetition. That is. I was curious what was in the Hera basement. Guess we're about to find out. Is that what happened here? Wait, is that? We're at Quakes and TR, right? Oh, I see. Never went to potion shop. Oh, that's sad. This is silver's on there. Okay. Like, yeah. I mean, in this situation, the Hera play makes sense. I don't mind that. But after Hera, I'm rushing the magic shop. Like, you have to. Like, a Hera into the hammer pegs, then the potion. Like, or if you really want to make it all in one, you can do graveyard ledge, potion, catfish. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be the play probably. I'd probably do I'd probably do mushroom catfish into graveyard ledge in this situation here. So I'd probably save and quit in the dark world. So I'm in the dark world. I'll probably save and quit to Aga, and I'd go do catfish, and I'd pick up mushroom along the way here. But that's not what's happening, unless it's Russian mushroom. Okay, so we're going straight for mushroom. Okay. So do you always go do you always do right side into left? Oh yeah, this is no. Both routes are good. Absolutely nothing wrong with either. Knowing why to do one over the other always helps. Like that's kind of the way that I am with Rando. Like I never like if you don't know why you're skipping something, like don't skip it. Is kind of like my mantra. That's why I always ask why. Like that's why I always ask why are you doing something. I'm not going to necessarily say do this, do that, because that doesn't teach you anything. That's just not what Rando's about. It's not trying to make you me. I'm just trying to give you ideas. So that's why I'll always say, why did you do that? Like I asked you earlier, like why did you do Hera first? And you said because I was trying to find the mitts, and I think that's perfectly reasonable reason to be going into Hera. If you just said, "Oh, I was just grabbing on the way," I would say, okay, I don't like that answer." You know. Yeah, it's more like you can get stuck, right? So if you go right side and you don't get a key and you get two bogus items, you then have to go left back into right again. Or you just have to orphan those four checks and get them last. That's what I don't like about it. This strat here, this has to go. This strat is straight fucking dungus pile. And this needs work too. Like, you fucking lost an eternity in there, dude. Those two rooms, I'm gonna say 8 seconds at least in those two rooms. We need to work on mimics. Rest of it was pretty good though. I'm not sure what you're doing away down there though. Yeah, that needs to change too. We need to teach you the spin strat there. You're gonna get yourself in a muddle there one day. It's not the end of the world, but it's more like when you get into situations where it's tempered, no half magic, that sort of thing. You're not gonna have that extra fire rod shot to play with. unless you have potions. Again, it's one of these things like you often don't get yourself into that situation, but when you do, if you're not concentrating and you don't know what you're doing, that's when you're going to lose races. I see it time and time again where you get a seed where you end up in a situation where it's literally like an NMG seed and someone either doesn't have the lamp, um, or like that's the most common one I've seen. I have seen so many races lost to this one situation. That's why I drill it home to everyone. The situation is no half magic, no lamp, tempered sword, and no potions. That you need to know exactly what you're doing because you do not have the magic to play with it. And what happens is someone goes in and they do a fire rod Lamo and they fucking don't have enough magic to finish Torches 1. And they flail around and then they have to mirror out. And then they don't have magic, so then they start having to find magic again. Like, and it just ends up in a shit show and they lose like a light year of time. It's just a concentration thing that you need to have. You need to have 2 fire rod shots in minimum by the time you get to Torches 1 and pick up the 2 torches that are in there. And even that's leaving it tight. And if you're not concentrating, you know exactly how to do the room, it can go wrong. Whereas if you... That's why I think... that's why I learned the Samaria strat. I learned it for NMG, but it's really helpful in Rando as well, because if you have the Tempered Sword, most likely you're going to have Samaria, and if you know how to do a Samaria kill on Lamo, magic's never a problem. Again, I don't recommend that people learn that strat or whatever. GG, by the way. It's just neat to know it, so that when you're in that situation, magic is just never going to be a concern. If you've done NMG, you should know the strat that I'm talking about, I guess, unless you haven't looked at it. But there's a few strats there that just requires... Wait, no dashing? Any reason why we're just not dashing here, Lich? Yeah, I think that you're someone who's going to benefit from some practice. Like, there's a few things about practice that I like to change people's minds over. One is that practice is fun. Practice can be fun. I've worked with so many people who have that attitude. I'm not saying this is yourself. This is just general through the years of coaching people and stuff. And the amount of people that I've met that hated practice when I met them, and after I spent time with them, they loved practice. I've lost count. Lost count. It's just like there's a mindset with practice sometimes that people go into it thinking it has to be done a certain way. You know what I mean? That sort of thing, and it just doesn't. It can be fun. It can be a lot of fun. And you don't have to practice like a maniac. You don't have to become a fucking 124 runner, but like there's definitely a point in time where I think that practicing is beneficial for people. You know, and it's not something I'd always recommend to people. It's like a different thing. Like practice is always going to be, you know, a good method for improvement. But if you're someone that's going to fucking stop playing the game because you think practice is just going to, you know, take your mental ability away from the game or whatever, then you should practice, right? It should be for you. But if you're someone that cares about rando, you've got good knowledge of routing. But your execution is lacking a lot in a lot of spots. And it's not because you don't have the skill level to achieve it. It's that you don't know how to do certain fights, or you don't know the movements, and your skill level is more than capable of doing it. You just need to spend a little bit of time learning what the setup is for Biddy what the setup is for Cold Stare, like how to do mimics rooms, how to do rooms in GT, and like it wouldn't need much. But they'd be saving you, 1, 2, 3 minutes every single seed, guaranteed. Once you know how to do the rooms. And if that is like your aspiration, then eventually you will need to practice. If you want to get from like a 131 to like a 125, 126, most people, I'll say most because there's a few outliers, but unless you want to spend, like a lot of time doing a lot of runs and learning that way, which some people can, but I think the best route for most people is putting a bunch of practice in. Especially when like it's different if you know what you're doing and you can learn that in runs, but if you don't know the movement, trying to figure that out in a run is just daft in my opinion. Like you should learn the movement, learn it in the practice hack, be a little bit comfortable with doing it, and then go from there, sort of thing. Um, GG. Oh, it's you. Double double GG. So yeah, we can definitely we'll put some work in. Not sure when, but we'll organize a time we can get together and we'll do a practice session. We'll go over with the two of you. Just I got enough in my head here to work on. For me, I just want to clean up your major rooms, your major screens. Like I said, Mimics 1, Mimics 2, we gotta get those sorted out. We gotta sort that Vidi fight out. We gotta sort that Cold Stare fight out for you. Leach, I have a bit more stuff, some basic stuff that I wanna kind of drill in with some of the dash lines and things like that. So, but yeah, I think you both are gonna do pretty well in the mentor tourney. I'm gonna say you guys are going to be in the top 20% in my opinion, from watching you. Like I said, there's the initial and then there's the races, and I think once you guys get down to the races, I expect you to win probably at least 4 of the first 6 races, and in my opinion that's gonna what I'm gonna say for both of you. But I haven't looked at the field yet, so I haven't quite um yeah, I'm not sure actually. I lost my audio output capture. Center white. I gotta. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you can definitely do it last minute for sure. What's your rando experience? This one they have its time. Time is something I don't have a lot of right now. I wanted to put a session in today because I've been trying to get these done out the way, so